In this video we're going to see how we can create a document, and then more importantly how we can export them from MongoDB as JSON files. So let's start MongoDB. We are within the Mongo shell now. We're going to use the cooker database. And let's see the collections that we have. So we have a few collections, cake, clothing, examples, and few others. So we're going to create a new document within the clothing collection. And before we do that, let's check the documents that we already have. Now we know that to check whether we have a particular document in collection, the thing to do is we can use the find command to do that. So we are going to see if we have the documents, let's say within the clothing collection, and then find. We can see, yes, indeed we have two documents. We could use the pd command to have some more organized output. Yes, so we do have these two documents, and we could see just their titles too. But for now it's okay. We can go ahead and create a new document in this collection. To create a new document, we are gonna start with a variable. So let's say doc7. It can be anything. We'll give it a title. And I'm going to use a few different data types: string, integers, arrays, arrays of objects. So depending on the type of attribute that you are saving, you can use these different data types in your JSON file or the document. For instance, the rating, those can be an array of integers. The average rating, it can be an integer. I'm not computing that, just let's use 4.6. And now the user comments. So the user comments, I'm going to create an array of objects. So how to do that? So we start with a bracket. So this is going to be the beginning of my array, and end with a bracket, so end of the array. And within the array itself, you're going to create a bunch of objects. So for instance, here I assume that each comment is going to have these two fields, whether the user recommends the product and additional comment. So these two fields or attributes is going to make up the one object, and they're all going to be stored as an array. So whether recommended or not, I'm going to assume that 1 mean yes, and then the additional comment is going to be, let's say, very nice jacket. And that's the end of the first object. I place a comma and then I start another object. Maybe this user did not like the clothing that much, so he did not or does not recommend the product, and then we add the comment. end of the second object. So let's skip just 2 comments for now, and then we have the bracket, so which indicates we have arrived at the end of the array. And then if I add the closing brace, that means this is the end of the document itself. So if everything is okay, there is no syntax error, you should get this kind of confirmation, a more formatted view of the document. So we have created a document, doc7. Now this document is not inside the collection yet. To verify, if I go back and check this, we still should get only 2, which is the shirt and black chino. The jacket is not there yet. Why? Because we have not inserted the document yet. So to do that, we have to insert the document within the collection. So insert it to the collection. So we add db. We can actually, so db, then clothing, insert 1, and then doc7. And then we get this acknowledgement, so we know that the document insertion is successful. If we go back and check, now this jacket, this document is within the collection itself. So we have 3 documents in the clothing collection. So let's say we want to export the document. So to do that, we have to first exit out of the Mongo shell. So we are outside Mongo. To export documents from a collection, we have to use the tool called Mongo export. Then we have to specify the collection name first. So collection was clothing. Then the database name, which was cooker. And the output file name. So let's say export out.json. And we have exported these 3 records. We can verify that by ls, and we see yes, the output file export out JSON is indeed here. You could open that using a text editor. So we see yes, this is the JSON file. We could also open the file in Finder and verify yes, this is where the file is. So we know that this is under this location in your computer. So we go to this location, and yes, we have export out JSON. Let's open it in a text editor. Yeah, so we have found the JSON files. Thank you.